Hello there. Welcome to this experiment which I'm doing today. I hope you can hear me and I hope you can see what I have up on the screen here. No guitar playing on this particular stream. This is a new thing that I want to do. That actually, let me go there. That's the wrong one. Okay. And that, this is all new, you see. Yes, there you go. This is a completely new setup. This is a new thing that I'm trying, and hopefully it'll work. So basically, years ago when podcasting, audio podcasting was the thing. Hi Jeff. I did this series called Song Surgery, and and I lost them, the MP3s, and it was just me going through. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the songs. Good, everybody's here, nice to see you all. Okay, I hope you find this interesting. I'm not playing the guitar today, okay, I'm not going to play the guitar. I'm going to do something far more interesting than that, right? So Song Surgery, where I have this song open in front of me, as you can see, and I'm going to go through it piece by piece and show you how it's constructed, what went into it, what's doing what, and what goes where, from the bottom to the top. So I hope you enjoy it. You can see me in the bottom right here. Here I am. You can see me down here. I can't actually. I think we're better off staying with the software. Okay. So this song is called Light, and it's the title track from the album Light, which is available on Bandcamp if you want to check it out. And we recorded the drums and the bass at a guest house, bed and breakfast, in Airdrie, just outside of Glasgow. And yeah, you can't see us. That's okay. I don't care that you can't see us, right? This is what's important. Okay, so this is how the song starts. Okay, so I need you to tell me if the vocal needs to come down and the music needs to come up. Okay, I suspect that that's the case. Okay, you can see me now in the bottom left, and you can hear the music and you can hear me speaking. The music's not too loud, sounds fine. Okay, levels are fine. Okay, so that's how the song starts. Okay, Telecaster playing a riff that I thought of on a bus, bass, our Kenny on bass. Okay, first things first, let's have a listen to Jim. Okay, so you see this folder here called drums. This is the drums. We've got the kick drum, the snare top, the snare bottom, overhead left, overhead right, tom 1, tom 2, and overheads. So let's have a listen to the drums. This is Mike's guest house. This is the dining room in Mike's guest house. You just got a great drum sound in this room. So, kick. And what have we got on the kick? Bit of EQ, rolling out the bottom end, top end rolled off, some of the muddy low mids gone, bit of a boost in the high mids, and a compressor. Should put that on game. You see, okay, that's the compressor there. Kick and snare. What have we got? Again, frequency. Oops, wrong channel. EQ. SPL transient design it, thin it down a bit, and a Fairchild compressor. So that's the kick drum and the snare. There's the snare bottom mic. Okay. So there's the whole kit. Overheads. Harrison, EQ, Teletron compressor, lots of compression. Lots of compression on there. Okay. So listen to the bass. Amplitude, there she is, once again. Amplitude 3, it just goes to show how old this track is. So this is like an Ampeg bass amp. Carb, we got a 410 carb. No compression on the amp, but yeah. So let's hear the bass and drums. Start from the beginning. Are you enjoying yourself, ladies and gentlemen? Are you enjoying yourselves? Okay, so I'm just going to see if I can bring the output up a bit. Just a bit. Okay. So with the main guitar, the riff guitar, okay, so we'll just listen to this riff guitar here. So let's listen to what that guitar does when the drums come in. Yeah, just keeps going. Now let's focus on that Hammond organ. This is John Bundrick playing Hammond organ, and let's not beat around the bush. John played organ and piano and keys for The Who for 30 years, and he was in Kossoff. He was with Paul Kossoff, and he did stuff for Bob Marley and the Wailers, and he did stuff for John Martin. He's done stuff for everybody, right? And we're kind of acquainted online, and he's a master musician, and we were connected through. Let's put my face back into the picture. Where's it going? There he is. We were connected through IK Multimedia, and he offered to get involved with the recording. So the thing with Rabbit is, he's called Rab as a nickname. This organ is like a B3. It's not a synthesizer. It's not a synthesizer. It's a full-on Hammond B3. Listen to this. Yeah, sounds great. So the whole thing together sounds like this. Here's a vocal.
You have my word that there isn't a downside. Right here and now is a place to begin.
Okay, so
turn a light on and
okay, so basically, I think of production and engineering and stuff like that, like kind of weights and measures. You know, it needs to balance. It needs to be balanced. So we've got that first verse here, right?
world that is hidden within.
And it's a single vocal singing the first verse.
Forget the world that you see on
Right.
the outside and find a world that is hidden within. You have my word that there isn't a downside. Right here and now is a place to begin.
There's the chorus, the bridge.
Turn a light on inside my head.
So this vocal's double tracked, okay? It's like left and right. It's not hard left and right. It's probably about, yeah, it's 50% left and right.
Turn a light on inside my head. I changed my mind. I changed my.
Okay, and the idea, so have a look at what happens with the guitar at that point as well, because there's kind of like it's like a 12 string kind of I didn't have a 12 string. I wanted it to sound like a 12 string, like a Birds thing, you know. You want us to try playing Throw Me a Line? I'll try. I don't need to try to play Throw Me a Line.
Changed my mind.
So that whole chorus.
Right here and now is a place to begin. Turn a light on inside my head.
Yeah, that's right. And I put a 12 string synth in. It's a keyboard, right? I know it doesn't sound like a 12 string, but if you double it up with the doubled guitars, it sounds a little bit more like a 12 string.
Changed my mind. I changed myself.
Okay, so that's the intro, the verse, and the first chorus or the first bridge, whatever you want to call it. I can't tell the difference between a bridge and a chorus. And it goes back into the riff. So basically, it goes back into the introduction, right? It goes back into the start of the song. But rather than going back to the start of the song and just repeating it, okay, something else has to happen. So there's this kind of chopped rhythm guitar, which was very influenced by a guy called Randy Jacobs, who we'd been doing some stuff with, and just a great funk soul guitar player. Have a look in the guitar folder, Paul. That's where you'll find it. Okay.
I changed myself.
That, okay. So you've got this new guitar parts arrived, which is supposed to be like a soul. Just a very basic compressed guitar sound. And the lead guitar comes in at the same time. A bit of a lead guitar. second verse, okay, second verse, vocal comes back in, but this time it's got a harmony.
I lost my mind when I came to my senses and left behind all my heartache and pain. No longer live my life on the defensive, and so I stand in the light once again.
Okay. So we've gone into the second verse, okay, and it's this thing about weights and measures. I call it weights and measures, which is my own thing, okay, where it has to balance, okay. So when we go into that second verse, the organ has come back in. So we had the organ on the introduction, but the organ dropped out on the first verse, and it comes back in on the second verse, and a tambourine comes in on the second verse. Here we go. Plus you got the vocal harmonies come in on the second verse.
I lost my mind when I came to my senses and left behind all my heartache and pain. No longer live my life on the defensive,
Okay.
and so I stand in the light once again.
Okay, right. This is why we're going back into the chorus now, and this is why, in my opinion, Pete Townsend called up Rab for every session he did for 30 years, plainly and simply because Rab comes up with ideas that you wouldn't have come up with without him being there. So I never asked, I just said, put some organ on this, and he came back, he sent the organ, and he said, I've got this piano thing, I've put a piano on it, right? So let's just we're going back into the chorus now. The chorus has got a harmony on, and it's double tracked as it was before. It's double tracked. Let's listen to what happens.
Stand in the light once again. Turn a light on inside my head.
Okay, so we've now got the harmony on the inside the chorus vocal. We've got the harmony on.
Turn a light on inside my head.
And then you've got that background R to complement it.
Turn a light on inside my head.
So if we listen to the first chorus with just the vocal without the harmony.
Turn a light on inside my head.
Okay, so let's listen to it with the harmony and then the R, which complements question answer kind of thing.
Turn a light on inside my head. I changed my mind, I changed myself.
Yeah. So not only has that happened, not only have we gone through that, Rab's brought in this piano part, these ba-bang, like grand piano kind of. Just a great idea that I would have never have had without him suggesting it.
Turn a light on inside my head.
Let's isolate that piano, right? Where are you? Where's Rab? Where are you? There you are. Listen. So simple. So simple, why didn't I think of it? So you put it in with the Hammond organ. Right. So that's Rab with the B3 and the grand piano. But listen, because it's a real organ and it's a real Leslie cabinet. Oh, when it spins, I'm sorry folks, there's some excellent simulators out there, but there's nothing sounds like that real spinning Leslie cabinet if it's mic'd left to right. So let's listen to that whole chorus.
In the light once again. Turn the light on inside my head. I changed my mind. I changed myself. I've been learning again.
Okay. Are you enjoying this, folks? Are you enjoying this, ladies and gentlemen? Are you enjoying this? I hope so. Okay, so we've got the verses and the choruses out of the way. We're going to go to the middle eight now. And this is where kind of everything... Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. There's no guitar twiddles today. There will be late, maybe later. Well, there will be later. I'll talk to you about that later on. But this is a new series. Welcome to my new series. There's more there's sound there. Okay, I've got a... Sorry folks. Okay. Somebody made a comment the other day that Rick Beato does a series called What Makes This Song Great, and he covers stuff like Bohemian Rhapsody and all kinds of stuff, but I'm doing this with all my own music, right? I'm doing this with all my own music, so I'm not trying to copy anybody else's format. Fact of the matter is I was doing it before them anyway, with me podcasts about 10 years ago. Yes, I know switching cameras loses the sound. It's a button I forgot to press. Should I risk it now? Risk it for a biscuit. So if I do that, what happens if I go with the makeup? Oh, okay, forget it. Right, okay. That works. Don't press the other button. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first outing, so there may be a couple of... Thanks, I'm glad you like the song, Mitika. That's what it's all about. Twiddling on the guitar is... There has to be more to life than twiddling on the guitar. Okay, so we're now at the bridge, the middle eight.
I've been learning again to play step by step, and it starts today.
This is what happens when you listen to what the masters do, like Karen Carpenter and the Eagles and the Bee Gees and ABBA and Steely Dan and all of those great artists. They stack their vocals up, okay? So if we have a look at what's going on here, right? Here's one vocal.
I've been learning again to play.
Add another vocal.
I've been learning again to play.
Okay, add another vocal.
I've been learning again to play step by step, and it starts today.
Everything in together.
I've been learning again to play step by step, and it starts today. No remorse and no want.
And here's the Les Paul playing the chords. and then you got Rab brings the organ in there at the halfway mark of that middle eight. Let's listen to John Rabbit Bundrick. Just listen to the swirl on this B3. It's a dying art. Okay, so we'll get to the solo. What happens when we get to the solo? Well, we'll talk about it. What I'll do is I'll mute the guitars and we'll talk about the backing track before we go jumping headlong into the solo. Right. So you didn't mute the solo there, Rose, did you? Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Okay. Right, listen to the back. So we've gone back to the original riff, but I put a key change in there. Yeah, the organ's glorious. Yeah, I'm safe and well, always thinking about music and what to do and what's good and what's bad. So we've got the bass and the drums, and it's gone up to C. Same riff, it's gone to C. Don't want the solo. Okay. Right, listen to this. Okay. Rab plays the bass on the organ every other time. This is all stuff you don't ask him to do. He just sends it to you. Right, listen to that section. So he plays it every other time. And then out. And then he comes back in. He leaves the last note off. Amazing. Listen to Jim. Listen to Jim. We're talking about Rab and we're talking about guitars. Listen to Jim's groove. That's why I ring Jim every time. So we'll listen to that whole section, and the guitar solo is a Gibson Les Paul, and it's a slide. It goes like this. I should also say that that little funky soul guitar has come out. The Randy Jacobs guitar. Let's listen to the whole section. say that? I hope so. If I'm not, I'm going to say it anyway. Little wah wah pedal comes in with a tambourine. I grew up in the 1970s watching, you know, those American Los Angeles TV cop shows, and they all had theme tunes with that kind of thing. So a little harmony comes in at the end there. Should we solo that? Let's solo that. Now, at this point, I wanted to go somewhere new. I didn't want to go back to what was already established. So I broke it down. What would be the best way to break it down? Let's just have a listen to it and then I'll pick something out. I hope you're all enjoying it, folks. Yeah, okay. So we've got the vocals. Where's the vocals? There's the vocals. So you know that turn a light on inside my head. But I've EQ'd it through like a telephone frequency EQ. So it sounds like you're on the telephone. And there's a few synth pads in there, but let's get rid of them just for the moment.
Turn a light on inside my head.
Okay. So let me just point something out to you here. You know, in these choruses here, the turn a light out, turn a light on, and you've got that.
Turn a light on inside my head.
So what I did at this break here, I put that RRR, if you want to call it that, on a synth. Sounds like this.
Turn a light on inside my head. I changed my mind.
And there's like an Indian finger bell in there, which is supposed to be a light coming on.
Turn a light on inside my head. I changed my mind. I changed myself.
Okay, so that whole section, the drums drop out. The bass drops out. A load of synth pads come in that weren't there before. The vocal goes through the telephone EQ, and let's see what happens.
Turn a light on inside my head. I changed my mind. I changed myself.
Okay. It's all about lights and the light coming on. You're having a moment of clarity. The light comes on. Ding! I changed my mind. I changed myself, because we are our thoughts. Make no mistake about it. And if you're thinking somebody else's thoughts, you got to stop it immediately. believing what other people believe because that's what they want you to do. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Okay, so so what happens after that breakdown is the drums come back in, the organ comes back in, and the piano comes back in, and the vocal still has the telephone EQ. Okay, so the organ and the piano. And the synth is still playing that. Da, da, da. Okay. Harmony comes in on the vocal. Okay, what happens next? I'll tell you what happens next. Everything comes in. You got everything comes in. Okay. The telephone EQ goes off the vocal. The bass comes back in. Everything comes back in. The guitars all come back in. I'll tell you, Dan, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It's my personal experience. Oh, by the way. Oh, look at that. What a mess he's made of that. Get rid of that. There you go. Okay, Light. It's the title track of the album, Light. Come back, wherever you are. You are forgiven. Okay, Light. The album Light. It's on Bandcamp. Or if you want, I can send you an MP3 folder full of the whole album. We may or we may not. We may or we may not press the record to vinyl. It'll be a double vinyl. That's the idea. More about that later. Can everybody still see me and everybody still hear me? And I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Okay, so let's listen to that middle section because there's a lot goes on there. And if we can listen to the middle section, because I want to show you what I was trying to accomplish by dropping everything out. So, you know, the drums drop out and it goes into this kind of ethereal dream space of thought. You see, so the dream space actually creates material reality. Did you know that? I don't know. I'm just guessing. But and then the piano and the organ comes back in, the drums come back in, and then everything comes back in. The bass guitar comes back in, all of the guitars come back in, and the telephone EQ on the vocal goes off, and it's that full thing. Inside my head, I changed my mind, I changed myself. Turn the light on inside my head, I changed my mind, I changed myself. And then everything, yeah. Okay, that's the whole song. The guitars, I'm basically using the same. It's all amplitude, okay? It's all amplitude. All of the guitars are amplitude. The bass is amplitude. All of my keyboards are Native Instruments, but Rab is using a Hammond B3 with a Leslie cabinet and a Steinway grand piano. Okay, so I just want to point something out to you here, which is the magnificence of Rab Bundrick. Okay, if you listen carefully to what he does with a rotating speaker, he switches it off. So there's no vibration at all. There's no vibrato at all. And then he starts it again. So you got the spinning wheel in the Leslie, and he stops it. And then he starts it again. But before it gets back up to speed, he stops it again. Dan Holder, please, buy light. There's plenty more where this came from. And I'm going to break down a lot more songs. This is not a one-off. This is just part one. And I've just remembered I forgot to call the bloody program. I forgot to call the program Song Surgery. It's called Live Guitar Stream. That's wrong. Okay, thanks. It's Dan, let me know how you want to receive it. I can send you an MP3 folder privately, or you can buy it on Bandcamp. Okay, so just listen to how this organ stops and then starts again, but just before it gets back up to full speed, he switches it off. He doesn't switch it off. He takes his hand off the chord. That's a master. A lot of kids today would listen to that and go, what? That's a master. That's a guy who knows how to operate a Hammond B3 to maximum effect. Yeah, check out the Who on Live Aid at Wembley Stadium. You'll see Rab there with his Hammond B3. Probably that Hammond B3 for all I know. So that's it. That's how it goes. This is my first outing of Song Surgery on YouTube. I hope you've enjoyed it. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Let me just point something out to here. There he is. Okay. If we go to the stereo out, I'm using a plug-in here called Torp. Okay. Look at this thing. Have you ever seen anything like it in your life? It's a tape simulator, okay, and it's the best thing I've ever heard, okay, and it's made by a company called Acoustica Audio, and a mate of mine called Marky turned us onto this, and I'm enormously grateful to him for doing so, because this is the donkeys. It's the donkey's bollocks, okay. I've also got another thing on here, which is the ARC 2 from IK Multimedia. This software here is room correction, okay, and it's switched off. That's it switched on, that's it switched off. I'll keep it switched off because I'm using the headphones. And the thing with this is, right, the thing with this is, this ARC 2 thing, is that you take your microphone provided by with the software, and you send frequencies through your speakers with the microphone positioned at different points throughout the room, and it corrects, okay. So basically, I don't know if you can see the mouse on the screen very clearly. You can see there that I've got quite a the orange line, they are the unpleasant frequencies within the room. Okay, and then this white line is how the software has corrected it. So if I was listening to this through my speakers, I would have that activated correction on. But because I'm listening to it through the headphones, I don't need it. But as far as this Acoustica Audio Torp tape simulator, this is fantastic kit. It's fantastic. Some of the best software I've ever heard. Okay, so thanks very much, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed it. So let me close that. Let me close that song down, and let's see what else we've got here. So that was part one. Okay. I'm going to be doing a whole lot more. You see, here's one called "Look at the Sun," which is unfinished. I'm not gonna dissect this, but I got loads of tracks that I'm going to do this way. and hopefully people will enjoy them. You know, how long have we been streaming for? Who knows what time we've been streaming for? See, it's taking a long time to open this song. X noise is going there. Who gives a shit? Okay, so yeah, I need to get into that. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. That was part one of Song Surgery. Part one of Song Surgery featuring Paul Rose. And all right, Dirk, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm available for sessions if anybody's interested. I can mix and I can whatever you kind of need, you know. So that's about it. I'm gonna end it now. I've enjoyed it. I might do another one tomorrow. I'll do all of Light. I'll do all of Magic City. Magic City, Jesus. White Mountain Road. I'll do White Mountain Road, the whole album. I'll do all of Light. All of the tracks on Light. And maybe you'll like it. 2 pause. What a disaster. Okay. Time to say bye-bye. You can email me. Can you email me? No, you can't, because I haven't got that thing set up. Okay, so I'm going to kill it. See you next time. Bye.